Greetings. Here we go again. Another unboxing of record goodness. Geez, June's been a good and expensive month for me, but got another big bundle here to keep the cost down. This one from Record City again from Japan. Because their prices are pretty damn good most of the time. And yeah, get away with getting some cheapy ones with some better ones. Yeah, this one was again really, really quickly posted and received. Yeah, they did great again. Reasonable postage costs again. The exchange rate at the moment for Australian dollars, yen is not that bad. Not as good as it was last year, but hey, let's crack on in. Except I am excited though, because look at this. Oh, security checked. They were trying to see if I got some, crack cocaine shoved in between the sleeves, somewhere hiding. Or maybe some, I don't know, whale meat or something. Oh, that was a bit controversial. Anyway, so built like a tank, or packed like a tank. I'm going to pause, I'm going to cut, and I'll be back. Alrighty, well, it's trying to burst out a little bit. I love that, where it looks like it's, overflowing with goodness. So I'll just turn this one sideways. Here we go. All right, now. All right, so I'm just going to lift up so we don't get some spoilers. See, oh no, no spoilers right there. We've just got some lovely crushed paper. Alrighty, now we've got some cardboard. Feel more cardboard, and then I must have bought a CD. I forgot. I think it is. Hang on, let's lift that off. At least it's really well. Okay, so they've got another cover of this, so I should be able to do the. I was just wondering, can I do the spoiling? Yes, I can, because well, it's not spoilers, but they've got the CD taped down. It's kind of cute. I think I only got one CD. Yeah, did I? I can't remember. It wasn't that long ago I ordered this one, and I already can't remember what was in there, which is kind of good, getting older and getting dementia or whatever. All right, so we've got a little parcel here. It's like an entree. This is the entree. All right. This is hard to do with one hand. I'm trying to make it more interesting. You can see me actually, open this. Well, you're probably getting seasickness. Maybe I'll pause it for a second. Yeah. So let's see if this will come out now. A bit easier. Alrighty. Now, okay. I was wondering what was so thick. I thought, is that 2 CDs? I didn't realise it was like a big sort of double CD box. But you can see it's Bootsy. Mr. Bootsy Collins here, Blasters of the Universe. But yeah, that's a double one then. Yeah, Bootsy's New Rubber Band. Blasters of the Universe. Yeah, it's an interesting box. I wonder why it's so big. I don't know if it's 2 CDs. Maybe it is. I think okay, let's have a look there. Well, it is. Wow, I honestly did not know. It's an even better bargain, because this was probably about $5. Really, it's pretty cheap. So Yeah, I'll take that as $2.50 a CD about that. Um, Now this is early 90s Bootsy, I'm pretty sure. Do we have some yearage boots? Or did I go past it? It's always hard to read in this camera when it's not focus. I know there's a ton of guests on here. Yeah, this is a Japanese press. Yeah, there you go, 1993. I don't know if you can see. Is it going to go in focus? But anyway, 1993. Yeah, so early 90s. Look, it's, again, not going to be the best Bootsy stuff. I know there's a host of guests on there. Yeah, which could be interesting. I think his brother Phelps is on there. We can see. I think I saw, who else did I see on there? G Hazel, is that Eddie Hazel? Probably. I don't know what's G, but anyway. Frankie Cash Waddy. What's his name? Spradley. Jay Johnson. Who's that? Joel Johnson. Joel Razor Sharp Johnson, that will be from Bootsy's Rubber Band back in the late 70s. George Clinton has done some writing, so he's back in the fray with Bootsy there. But yeah, M Parker will be Maceo Parker. So, Bertie Worrell, B. Worrell. I won't linger too much longer on here. I'm sure there's a proper list. It's probably a bit hard to read there. But yeah, look, that gets another cheap, later set Bootsy stuff, even though it's like quite old now, but post 70s and post early 80s Bootsy. All right, let's crack into the LPs. I'll just open up so there's not spoilers and try to configure this so I can set things okay on here. All righty. Now, yeah, so we do have the cardboard there. Lifty, lifty. Let's hope I don't do the spoilies. And, okay, back to front. Oh, well, that's nice. It's the first time they've given me a Record City sticker. Lovely. I do like that. Nice. Okay, here we go. Now, interesting. So, I thought I'd try something a bit different this time because I did get one LP of something similar from a record fair. The last record fair, I went to Brisbane Record Fair from Sacred Crates. Got a bit of recommendation. Thought, yeah, I'll spend the money and followed his recommendation. So now I liked what he told me, so I've got some others that are similar. And that is some Japanese, 70s Japanese like soundtracks to like cop shows and stuff that's a little bit cool, funky jazz stuff. And that one there, you can make, what's it called? It's Sun, I forget. It was a series, a long-running TV series, like Tough Guy Cop series, with some badass soundtrack. Really great jazz, funk stuff, almost like blaxploitational-ish soundtracky kind of stuff. Yeah, and with really cool covers like that. And they're usually in, really, great condition. And great prices. This was pretty damn cheap. I can't remember exactly, but yeah, it was like barely breaking a tenner less, like with the post. It was probably about $6 Australian, maybe. I can't even remember because I got a few of them. Now, yeah, I can't read a lick of that, but how cool's that? And the condition looks fantastic. That is some thick, I know it's did I just do spoilers? It's hard to see. This feels really thick and sturdy. But look, that's a cool cover anyway. So yeah, I just can't remember what sun something, blah, blah, blah. I don't know, but it's like I'm just wrecking myself. But, yeah, some really cool stuff. Look, there's a bit of a mix because some of soundtrack, some of it's like chase music, incidental, like suspense music. Um, but yeah, that's gonna be immaculate condition. I wish I could open that. There's stuff in there. I can feel that's a heavy, hefty thing. All right, and speaking of which, look, I'm gonna just crack into the next one. These are all by the. By the way, this was by the same band. I can't remember. It doesn't even. I'm sorry, I can't even tell you who the band is. It's some guy's name, who I think was a guitarist, maybe, and band, and they did a whole series. Oh, here we go. Well, it's on the back of this one, so I can tell you in a minute. This is another one, even though it just says this one just says Sunrise, but this is the same series, same TV show. So I'm pretty sure the one before was like about 1975, maybe. This one I think is like when they had a new series, like the next year, or season, they sort of updated some of the music. Sometimes they updated the theme tune. I think in later years, though, they sort of redid it based on the sort of styles of the day. Because I think it even went to the early 80s. So therefore, the early 80s has more of, 80s synths and stuff. But this one, yeah, you look at that, that just looks like a normal LP, like a regular non-soundtrack one. But this again, same band. And it does say on the back here. There you go. That must be the one. I'm not even going to try to pronounce Inuo. Well, I did try. Takayuki Band. And look, going close, you can see the mothers. Can we get some focus in there, please? Why is it not focusing today? But anyway, so again, really sort of heavy feeling. I know this isn't, you can't, when you feel a vision. So I wonder if there's stuff in there, like posters and that. If there is, I might insert them later as an image. I'll see. All right. Okay. Next, I do have a slightly different one here. Now, this one, I knew the cover condition was not going to be that great. They did disclose that there was some fading on this one. But the price was nice. Miles Davis on the corner from 1972, maybe 1, 2, and then early 70s to be safe. I do have this on CD, so that's why I wasn't as worried. The cover wasn't as brilliant, but it'd be a nice Japanese pressing, nicely looked after. We've got the insert there. I'll just try to pull that out at least. The back's not too bad, a little bit of ringwear, but hey, the price was pretty decent. This was and gatefold too. So, which is, I could have got a reissue, a new reissue for about the same price, but I'm pretty sure a lot of the new reissues don't have the gatefold. So I kind of compromised on the condition of the front, the fading, and I think there's a little bit of seam splitting too. But that was to get the gatefold, which I'm pretty sure you do not get with the reissues. Don't hold me to that. There's a little bit of seam split. There's not too heinous, that's mostly intact and a little bit there. None on the bottom. So, yeah, I could live with that. And again, they disclose that. A little bit of sort of aging, foxing. But hey, it's not too bad. Considering it's about 90s. Oh, there we go. So we got 72. Yep. So considering from back then, and I'm assuming this was likely a first Japanese person around then. I'm happy with that. Just to get in the collection. Next up, let's crack along. This one is more again just for the collection, and it was, pretty damn cheap. I'm trying to remember. It was about maybe $5. I don't know. Wasn't much. Again, I didn't even think cracked the tenner. And this is more to beef up my CTI. This is later CTI. It's Paddy Austin, Havana Candy. Yeah, it's okay. You know, again, there's nothing to write home about this one. It's not essential. It was inexpensive. It looks like it's in pretty damn good condition. There's just a little bit of wear there, but nice, thick, hefty sort of thing. Gatefold. See if I can crack open that gatefold quickly for some fun. Look, it is CTI. I think this one's about 78, maybe 77 or something like that. So yeah, later CTI. There'll still be some great players on here for sure. And yeah, this is not Van Gelder either, because it is later. So yeah, Electric Lady Studios. Yeah, August 1977. They go late 1977. And look, yeah, again, who have we got? Okay, well, we've got the usual suspects from that time. Eric Gale, Dave Grusin, of course, Richard T. Before went to Tappansy, Will Lee, yeah. So all the regular suspects there. Yeah, Ralph McDonald's still showing up. Oh, Michael Brecker there playing some sax. Ronnie Cuba, baritone. Wayne Andre, trumpet. Yeah, so all these people who turn up lots. Did I say Will Lee? There's Will Lee. Humour Crack. Okay. Yep. Host of the irregulars, usual suspects, and a bit of Gwen Guthrie on some background singing there. And I'm sure there's some others on there I haven't mentioned, but hey. Here we go. So early Paddy Austin on CTI. Again, nice and thick cardboard, even for Japan. Like, there's some hefty stuff. Oh, we do have everything in there. Insert. If only I saw that before. There you go. Oh, there's Anthony Jackson as well, the great session bass player who often turns up at the late 70s stuff too. So yeah, look, I don't think it's going to be groundbreaking. It'll be nice. It'll be pleasant. There'll be some nice sort of late 70s sort of, I suppose, sort of soul-y jazz stuff in a way. All right, now the next one. Look, this is a replacement copy of an LP I got not long ago that came damaged, that wasn't disclosed. I did get my money back on it, but I had to get it again because I was so disappointed. And that is Ramsey Lewis Golden Hits. Yes, the one that looks like a weird, dodgy, old school cover thing, but is actually re-recorded. Great songs with his sort of newer band in the 70s. So I won't go over this one too much because I have talked about this one before. I just didn't know at the time it was heavily warped to the point of you couldn't even play it. And this one's a Japanese pressing. So look, I haven't obviously looked at the condition yet. It looks pretty flat, so that's a start. Doesn't look dishy or, but I mean, I'm only looking at it from the front. So look, second time has got to be a charm here. Looks like we've got a bit of an insert in there too, so I won't open it up. And again, it's a really good price. I mean, I think that again was like about $6 Australian plus post. I'm pretty sure. So again, I maybe just got to the 10 under or up. What do you do? And the condition looked awesome. Okay, the next one it's going to be in my hit list, but low on my hit list for a while because it was always overpriced. Priced in a way that I didn't want to pay, for this one. And I got a fair few now from this band, particularly lately. I stocked up on a couple more from this band. And this is probably the only other one. I know I say this a lot, but I'm pretty sure this is the only other one I have got on my hit list from this band to get. I'm not so worried about their later stuff. And that is, if I can find the front of this. Is this the front or the back? Might be hard to see. Anyway, this is Rare Earth and Ma. With that great little pen line drawing of someone's Ma, which we won't comment on. This is Japanese press. Yeah, look, there is some aging on there, but I'm okay with that. I did pay a little bit for this, probably about $20, but considering for this album, I've never seen it that cheap, unless it was probably a shitty copy. Yeah, it does have this. Is that that must be the back? I thought it might have been inside. No. But there we go. 1973. It possibly might have been released in the US in 72. I don't know why that's just jumped in my head. This one, I'm pretty sure, is sorry for the wobbly camera. Now this one has got covers of songs that I know the Temptations did. Some of that, so that might sound a bit weird, but these guys are a band, not just a vocal group as such. And oh, that's nice. So I've got the nice gatefold here. We've got the Japanese insert there, so I can also sing along with the English lyrics. So that's all right. But yeah, that's a really nice. I really like that, even with the black and white. That's really cool. But you will see very clearly in a minute why this has got so like Temptation stuff, because Mr. Norman Whitfield, and to a lesser extent, I suppose, Barrett Strong, but they're on this, like, you know, they wrote, and you'll see here mastering and I think production and stuff, probably, you know. Oh, there you go. Big words there. Produced by Norman Whitfield. So this, I believe, is after he's dealt with or stopped working with the Temptations. They started working with Jeffrey Bowen, I believe. So yeah, they've done some interpretations here of you know, like Smiling Faces sometime, and Ma, and yeah, other Temptation stuff. And the other thing is, this is when Ray Manette had joined the band for a couple of years. He also did some stuff, I think, some session work on early Funkadelic. How's that for a fun fact? Yeah, so I'm sure that would be some really nice funky rock, sort of funk rock soul stuff for the collection. So yeah, that'll be fun. Alrighty, let's crack along. Next we have, this is I'm pretty sure this is my first LP from this I'll say young lady. Maybe at the time she was a young lady. I'm not always keen on her stuff that I've heard. Some of her stuff's okay, but this is, I think, early enough, and I did preview this and went, actually, this is not bad. I think it's from 1974, so she's starting to get a little bit more commercial mind, I think, but it's still pretty good. And this is Millie Jackson. Whoop, if I don't drop her. And I don't know why it doesn't say on sleeve. You can see that it's quite minimalistic. But you can see that I gotta try it one time. It's quite a funky album, really. It's got a little bit of gutsy sort of almost like High Records, kind of a little bit more gritty stuff sound than she does later on. This pressing's on Polygon. It will stay still. Again, Japanese pressing, as you can see. It's also made it cheaper. Let's pull that out for a sec. Try and spoil it. But yeah, I kind of duck. I listen to it. Actually, this is not bad because I think this is just before she started doing that kind of intro or sort of rapping, spoken, raving on really about my man and this and that, and it just gets a bit too much. A lot of the female artists were doing that at the time. It became, I think, a little bit of a trend, and but I will say sometimes it just gets too much. This one doesn't do that, but at the same time, it's not just all sweet, soul-y, you know. It's got a bit of oomph in it. And the other thing is, this was recorded at Muscle Shoals. I think at Muscle Shoals, or at least with the Muscle Shoals session band that pop up on lots of things. And we can see here. There we go. So we got Roger. Yeah, there we go. Roger Hawkins and Barry Beckett and Jimmy Johnson. Yeah, David Hood always turns up. So that these are the cuts you always see on the on the Muscle Shoals southern stuff. Oh, Billy, you do have to try to fall down one more time. Yeah. So look, again, I did pull the trigger on this, and again, it wasn't that expensive. I can't remember how much, but I know I wasn't prepared to spend a lot on it. And when I saw that for a good price, I went, yep, let's do that. That gets me some Millie into my collection, and I don't know if I'll actually bother getting any more of hers, unless I again find something extraordinary. Or I think she did a duet with Isaac Hayes, a duet record, I think in about 1979. And I don't know how schmaltzy that is. But Millie Jackson, always on the lookout for some good, early 70s female soul funk sort of stuff. Even sometimes the R&B stuff's all right, more soppy stuff, but hey, I prefer the funky stuff. All right, next, I've been up this record for a while, and I did do a bit of compromise with this particular edition. Because again, it's not a record I've been high on my list, but it's been one of those ones just to complete a little bit of be a bookend to a kind of spectrum of collection from this artist. And that is Stevie Wonder. And this is where I'm coming from. So this is early 70s. This is the one just prior to, was it Talking Book? And he does start to get a bit more funky on this one. I don't think this is the one where he totally takes over like for the next one with Superstition and stuff. But this has still got some really nice stuff. Again, I don't want to be that guy who says, oh, this is a transition record, but in my ear, it does seem to be the transition record between the sort of older stuff that was less his writing and influence and production, with, what's his name, Henry Cosby and those guys, and then towards his more autonomous, Motown stuff. That really took off. The reason why this is also, I was saying is more of a compromise, is the original one and the US one, this part here is all die cut in the original. This one is not. So all those letters on the others are die cut. I think it might be gatefold. There's an insert, that picture to create this sort of insert. Sorry, I keep jumping. Picture there. But look, again, price-wise, it was a lot kinder than some of the other ones. I did actually go to purchase this once before from all places, China, which did have the die cut in it, but then they reneged on the deal. I don't know why. I'd paid for it and everything. But anyway, so compromise here, just have it. There's a couple of really more standout songs. Other ones, yeah, they're okay. But yeah, it is a decent listen overall. All right, next one up. This one I paid a bit more for in the collection. Not quite as much as the Miles Davis one, but this one was hitting the 30, early 30, once the postage was on dollar mark. I think it was about $30 Australian plus postage. Again, CTI, but a little bit more special than the Paddy Austin. No offense, Paddy, we love you. But this is the Alan Holdsworth only CTI LP Velvet Darkness. It's quite highly regarded, and I'm not, I don't need the Obi, but it's still got the Obi. It was in really good condition, hence why I paid more for it. I thought it was time to pull the trigger and, hey, pay them more. Might as well get a really nice copy of it, even if it's a Japanese copy. I'll just pull that out there. Let's see what the goodness is. Oh, and it is gatefold. So let's see. I hate doing this with one hand, but So I've got the lovely insert there in awesome condition. And I'll just pull the plastic out. Wobbly camera time. Because this is all live. So let's have a look. Yeah, again, nice, thick-ass 70s cardboard gatefold. Built like a tank. Wow, that's in really good nick. Look, there's like no wear. No wear at all. Wow. Okay. That's why it was the $30. And that's cool by me. It looks like freaking brand new, basically. But anyway, apparently, though, this is a bit of a misnomer record in a way because I believe this was just like some studio session playing around, jamming work, to be honest, from my understanding of this. But then it was snuck out as a release or something. I don't know, because it must have been that good with the players. But it was something like that. It was like, yeah, not even meant to be like a bona fide LP. But anyway, yeah, so this is Alan Holdsworth from a British band, Soft Machine from like the late 60s, I think, even early 70s. So really interesting that we've got a CTI record with a British artist, especially as the headline. I mean, yeah, I don't know if that's actually ever happened before or after. But we have Alphonse Johnson on bass, and we've got Narada on a drum. So that's interesting there. But yeah. And he also plays floppy hat. And electric guitar, acoustic guitar, floppy hat, Kinder. Okay, don't know what that means, but anyway. Oh, is that the song? Oh, I was going to say, is that, acoustic guitar on floppy hat, Kinder and Lars. There you go. I think, right, he wears a floppy hat, really? Okay, anyway. Anywho, so, yeah, cool. A bit harder to get that CTI. You don't often see that. Yeah, and in that fucking good condition. Alrighty. All right, now this is a little bit out of order, to be honest. So this is, I'll just crack in. This is another one of those Japanese ones. Now, I'm trying to remember which one. Maybe this is the earlier one, to be honest. Sorry, I'm being a bit vague. I think this might be the 75 one. Yeah, maybe. And the other one that I showed first, I think was more like, maybe 77, 78. But again, great photo there. I love it. Oh, again, great condition. A little bit of Japanese foxing or aging on the back that you'd expect sometimes, especially with all the white. But yeah, they're really cool. Again, I can tell you that's the oops, that'll be the theme tune, the first one. I think they often because I recognise because I've seen that they're writing on a few of these guys, the LPs, and I'm pretty sure that's the theme of this show, which I can't remember how to put it, because you can see the same. I think this actually means like theme, that part. You see it's repeated. I think this, and my understanding might be that these themes are either like, yeah, it's like themes of like moods or something. Some of them also have themes of the characters, like each of the characters has their own little musical motif theme, which is really cool. It gives them like their different like personality, character in music. And I think then throughout the series they might, reuse those themes. Yeah, but anyway, there's another, and again, it was cheap. It was cheap, inexpensive. Okay, moving right along. Kicking up a gear here. So this one I'm giving a crack because I may have listened to this a while ago, but I'll be honest, I can't even remember. Yeah, I probably did. But again, I got this because the price was, for this kind of record, was very good. And yeah, most people recognize that. For Pink Floyd and Adam Hart, Mother. Now, again, you buy this in Australia, you're paying a crap load and selling one of your kids to pay for it or whatever. And especially in, this, I know the condition of the cover, it should have some spotting, but I think I paid, again, like maybe near $30 Australian, round about there, maybe less, but and then post. But again, you buy that in Australia or even sometimes overseas and stuff, you're paying a lot more. I believe the condition of the record, oh, look, you look at the condition of that record, like that is like, look at that. It looks minty fresh, like, straight out of the fields. That looks immaculate. So that even, you usually see crap copies for a lot more. Also, oh wow, it's got a booklet. This is not just one sheet. I can feel that there's even a booklet. So extra bonus bargain there. At least a photo. Oh yeah, wow. Yeah, there's some fold out bits. There's some parts in English too, which is great. We've got lyrics and stuff. We've got photos. Wow, and that's in immaculate condition too. So I'll make sure I try to keep it in that condition. And then, look, I'll get the record out because it's definitely a gatefold. Now, because you want to get your bovine loving on, obviously. And to milk this one further, the gatefold in it. Now, as I said, I did know that was probably part of the price being lower, was the sort of staining, foxing. But yeah, that's foxing, not staining. That's definitely oxidization or whatever. Japanese usually get a lot right, but for some reason they didn't quite get that right. I don't know what was up with that. And there is a little bit of that. You can barely see it because the image is so strong. You probably could just see it on the, a little bit of spotting on the outskirts. But like this is like rock solid. Look, the rest is rock solid. Look, not even the seams are not even split or anything. Yeah, that. So hey, I thought for that price, I'll definitely give that a crack just to add to the collection too. Yeah. All right, the next one. Crack it along. We're still going. This one is a replacement copy of an LP I bought years ago. I bought a copy of this at a sort of flea market-y thing in Ipswich, easily in the 90s. Oh, yeah. And I paid a couple of bucks for it. And it's not in the best condition. Yeah, it plays, but there's a lot of surface noise and the cover was beaten up on it. So I always vowed to replace this one day if I could get it for the right price and right condition for the right price. And this one is. And this is Isaac Hayes' Joy. Yeah, it's pretty underrated. It's very early 70s. I don't know if this one might be just after Shaft. I might be wrong. Or maybe just before. It's around about that time. Again, this is where he's doing his stretched out jams. It does have a little bit of a cutout notch, but nothing too heinous there. And a little bit of, again, just getting a bit of that sort of staining foxing. But this feels a lot more solid than the Australian pressing I've got. Definitely, I can feel that this is pretty hefty, and I know that the condition was a lot better. So yeah, and yeah, love his vest. I don't know if you could I don't know if you could call what that is. Chainmail vest. I don't know. But yeah, so this is where we've got. I think it's post Barcays doing the backing. So but definitely got to be early 70s. And yeah, you look there, 73. So yeah, that'd be I think just after Shaft. Yeah, not long after Shaft. But he's still doing, as you can see, his madly long songs. You know. So yeah, that's nice to have a nice little replacement copy for cheap. The next one is not a replacement copy, but we're on the same angle here, same vein. So I'll just crack in, and that's Isaac Hayes again. This is For the Sake of Love, which I don't have, but hey, again, non-essential. Well, I'd say the other one is not essential, the Joy one, but is higher up the list in terms of quality. You know, this one's later. A bit of a split. I don't care, because again, this is pretty damn inexpensive. And this one I think is actually a US copy. And what is this, about 1978 or something like that? Let me have a look up. Through the camera. Yeah, there we go, 1978. So we're getting later in the sphere of Isaac Hayes' career. We're going post Stax / Enterprise Records, which I'm pretty sure the other one's Enterprise Records. And Stax Records, yeah. So there you can see it says Stax there, and it's the Enterprise symbol. Yeah, this is so post. Was he on ABC Records in the middle 70s? So this is the later Polydor. But yeah, you know, non-essential. Again, I've listened to, you know, it's a bit up and down. He's trying to rehash and bounce off the Shaft thing. But so I can't remember how much this was. It's non-gate pop, but again, I know it was. I pulled the trigger because it wasn't very expensive. All right, cracking along. All right, these, you know, I didn't make the order of these. This one is kind of out of order. This is another Japanese soundtrack. It's not the same. I'm pretty sure it's not the same series as the other one. This is a different series, and then I think it might be a different band. But again, looks pretty badass. I think this is I don't know if this is maybe it's late 70s to early 80s. Part two. Without trying to sound racist or anything, but I don't know. I can't remember what it's called. I did look it up, but again, yeah, it's a nice, cool sort of copish crime soundtrack stuff. Impeccably played and impeccably recorded. This one's gatefold, I think. Yummy. So let's gotta pop that out first. Oh, yep, that record there. Oh, look, that's looking really nice. There. We got yep, insert again. Oh, and you can play along at home. Like literally play along if you've got the equipment and the skill. Oh, wow, Jesus. Okay, well, that's interesting. And I'll just crack open this lovely gatefold. Sorry, I'm just trying again to not do spoilers. Sit, Ubu, sit. All right. So let's open up the story in here. Come on. You know you want to. Oh, that's cool. Come on. That's seriously cool. Look at that. Even if you don't know the show or the movie or whatever it is. I don't know if it's a movie show, but yeah. Maybe it'll inspire me to learn how to read Japanese, possibly. I don't know. Anyway. So let's go zoom out. That's super cool. And what's on the back? Oh, there we go. That's cool. They're like Public Enemy. All right. Anyway, yeah. So look, I think I got my fill now of that kind of genre. Look. Next up. Now this one again. This was a really good price. I know again that the condition is not immaculate, but it's close enough for the price because this is usually a lot more. I got this for about, I think it was about 26 Australian. It was about 2,500 yen or whatever it is, and then post. So really, I got off lightly on this one, and that's Miles Davis Quintet Miles Miles. Nice second great quintet LP from the getting to the late 60s. I'm trying to remember, this is like 67 or I'm about 66, something like that. Let's get this insert here. Let's have a look. Does it say? I might say, oh, there we go. 1966. Yeah, and you can see the great personnel there, you know. Needs no explanation of who's playing in this. Yeah, it's just a pretty good album. I got this on CD. So, oh, that's nice. It's got all the selections there. But, yeah, and there it's got the most of the original English pressing liner notes there, which is very nice. It's just got the CBS Sony. So I don't know if this is probably like a later pressing, but I don't really care because again the vinyl is in schmickety schmick condition. Yeah, like the cover's got this weird sort of, don't know what's happening on the edge there. That's like what do you call it? Fading or something, like from sunlight or something. I'm not sure, but hey, it's not that bad. It actually almost adds to it because I'm pretty sure that wasn't part of the original. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be all orange there. But yeah, the vinyl, this nice Japanese piece of vinyl is pretty sure. Yeah, look, it's pretty. Look at that. shiny right down behind. So, schmickety schmick. Which again is why for the under $30 price, that is a winner. Okay, let's kick along. We're getting down near the end. And the next one, I've kind of been up again, not totally high on my list. It's just been on my radar, but again, it's one of those LPs that usually cost a lot. Highly regarded. This is, again, the only other, the last LP I want to get from this band. I've got most of the stuff except their last album, which I don't want because it's apparently a piece of floater. But that is Creedence Clearwater Revival's Born on the Bayou, or whatever. Sorry, Bayou Country, I should say, not Born on the Bayou. Now, that's a bit, I mean, it's got the great effect there anyway, but this plastic's adding a whole other layer of effect. Sorry, I've actually got two LPs in my hand there. Oh, okay, I didn't realize that. There we go. That one didn't get spoiled. But anyway, so this again is a Japanese press room. Yep. Still got the fantasy logo there, which is nice. It's Japanese. Again, this is going to be, yeah, I mean, schmickety schmick. Looks bloody brand new. Yeah. We got the, again, lovely, still got the insert. I'll get there one day. Something to show my age, people. Yeah, got the insert, just a little bit of something damaged there, like someone's had a little mini bite out of it. But that's cool. We get the lyrics as well, and we get the mug shots. That's close up. So yeah, that's really cool. And classic stuff, as I accidentally said before. You know, Born on the Bayou. There, Proud Mary as well. They're on there, and some other really cool songs. So really nice to finally have that and kind of complete my ones collection of theirs. I do not want Mardi Gras, whatever it's called, their last LP. Is that what it's called? I think so. Yeah, do not need that, not even to be a completist. All right, couple more. More than I thought, because this one got hidden behind the other one. This is a little bit out of order too, but this is the third one from this lovely person or people. And I bought, and this is Miles Davis, but Miles Davis in Europe, so we're going slightly earlier than the last one from 66. This one's about 64, maybe, possibly 63. We've got most of the second great quintet on this, I'm pretty sure. And again, the price of this is very reasonable. Again, you can see why. I mean, there's some spotting, foxing, and staining. But still, you know, it still looks pretty solidish. There's a bit of, a bit of wear there. There we go. I got it because it was cheap in terms of the cover, made it less expensive. But that's something you never see every day, or I've never seen before. Not just for governmental. Sorry, I'll just lift it. For governmental sale only? Huh? I do not know. Wow, governmental sale. Okay. It doesn't say promo or promotional copy only. But look, yeah, this one, is this the one though where, what's his name? George Coleman might have played on, I think. And, you know, maybe not so famously, Tony Williams didn't like his playing or something, so didn't want him in the band or whatever. Giving Tony Williams, I think it's that one. So I can't quite see. Oh yeah, there's Tony Williams is written there. So I'm pretty sure this will be Hancock, Williams, Carter, but not Shorter. Yeah, there we go. So there's Coleman, on there. But yeah, so Shorter mustn't have been able to make it, I think, or something anyway, because it was a European date. Yeah, so look, I know this has got splitting, but again, it was pretty inexpensive. I think it was around the $15 mark or something. So for miles, and this is legit miles, it's legit Columbia miles. I won't open up the condition of the record, but I'm pretty sure it was decent. Alrighty, and lastly, we're almost there on this. Again, another big marathon one. This is a band, I only just got a record of theirs not long ago for pretty inexpensive, and it was quite good. This is a slightly earlier one. We're talking late 70s, sort of big band, like, a big band of funk, not jazz big band, but, big ensemble, maybe I should say. It can be a bit up and down, but again, I was impressed with the other one that was, I think, a bit later than this, maybe next year later. This is from 1978, and this is a mass production with their, 3 Miles High? 3 Miles High. Not to be confused with 3 Feet High and Rising. 3 Miles High, mass production. But look, I think they're pretty underrated ensemble. There you go. Some good stuff going on, some choppy guitar and stuff. Yeah, the production's, late 70s. It is on Cotillion, which is, isn't that a subsidiary of Atlantic, I think? It's nice to get a little bit more funk back into the mix. It's a little bit later than I usually prefer, but we're getting around the Parliament time anyway, which is great. They're just not as well known as some of the other acts from the time, or particularly these days. Like Earth, Wind and Fire and Slave and Cameo and all those guys. But they're still pretty damn funky and tight and, like nice recording production. So I can't tell you a lot about it. I think, have a quick sort of preview of it. Went, yeah, this is pretty decent. And more so just went off again. The price was pretty decent. Again, I can't remember. It was about maybe $10. And going off their last LP I got, which, I was actually really damn impressed, especially for late 70s. Mass production. Anyway, there's proof. Box is empty, nothing hiding under there. That took a while, but that's okay. Thanks for bearing with me again. Hope you enjoyed it somewhat. I'll check you again. See you later.